Sherdog.com here with Borg. Ray, I want to talk to you about how this all came up with Dillashaw getting in the picture and Dana White talking about shuttering the division. How did it make you feel having to sit back and listen to all this go on? And did it make you feel like they valued you less as a fighter?
No, I didn't feel devalued as a fighter whatsoever. I mean, the hardest part was actually watching it play out and waiting. I mean, anybody in this world has a problem with not being able to, handle things that aren't in their control. So, all these things weren't in my control. I couldn't do anything about it. So the hardest part was just staying patient and waiting for it all to play out, especially, as I'm sitting back, hoping that it's going to all play out right and fighters getting booked and booked and booked and booked. So, it was a little frustrating, but, you just got to do what you got to do and you got to let it play out.
Did you talk to anybody, Sean Shelby or anybody while this was going on, or were you just really in the dark until it was finalized?
I let my management team, Ollie, I let him do all the talking for me. I don't need to, I'm a fighter. That's what I do. I don't need to do anything else. So I just sat back, let it all play out, and I let my team handle what needed to be handled as far as talking to Sean and stuff like that. And I just, continue to train and get ready if I needed to be.
This fight reminds me of a similar fight with TJ Dillashaw and Renan Barão, where nobody gave TJ a chance, where people were looking at Renan Barão making this historic run and kind of thinking that he overlooked his opponent. Do you kind of feel like you're in a position, because you're in a spoiler position, of a man who's trying to make history?
Yeah, it's a very similar situation, and I think TJ forgets that. TJ was over here saying that I didn't deserve the shot and blah blah blah, trying to get his shot. And people don't remember that he was only on a one-fight winning streak before he fought Barão and got the call. So, and then he ended up shocking shocking the world. So, I think he forgets that when it comes to me. He didn't think I deserved it, but I'm gonna go in there September 9th and show him that it's gonna be a similar situation, and if not a better situation. I get to halt history.
A guy like DJ is a guy that you've got a chance to watch a lot. Do you study a lot of tape of him, or do you kind of go off intuition when you get in the cage?
Being at Jackson Wink, they do things very differently than my last camp. So, we study film as needed. If we feel like we need to point some things out, we need to find some holes, whatever the case may be, then we'll go back and study film, find some mental points that we can work off of and things like that. But, unless it's my coaches are the ones wanting me watching film, I just, train and continue to do what I do.
What advantages do you feel like you're going to have in this fight?
I really feel like I'm gonna have the hunger on my side. He's over here trying to. He's got a lot of pressure. And I'm not saying DJ can't perform under pressure. If you can't perform under pressure in this sport, you might want to find a different job. But he's got more pressure than I do. When I'm 24 years old, I just turned 24, and I'm fighting for a world title. I get to shock the world and halt history. So, it's gonna be good.
I want to go back to Dana talking about shuttering the division. Did you ever think in your wildest dreams that could even come up as a conversation to get rid of a division?
I don't know. I'm a really firm believer on I don't believe anything until it happens or until I see a contract, until I see papers. So, the whole thing going around with Dana throwing the division away, getting rid of it, everything is all talk until there's proof. So, I just kept a level head and a positive mindset and kept going on with my training, and until I saw actual proof or, Dana told me that personally, then, I'm not going to believe it.
You think your performance is going to be a reminder to him as to why he shouldn't even consider ever shutting down this division ever again?
Yeah, I think my performance is going to show why these flyweights aren't, as boring and, unwatchable as what people think. I'm gonna bring everything I have into that octagon, September 9th, and it's going to show the world that the flyweights are probably the more exciting division, out of the whole UFC.